Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. I hope you guys are well today. We're going to take a look at who is peeking over your shoulder, Cancer, all in your mix, trying to see what you're doing. We're going to take a look at that and see what's going on with the Cancers. So this could absolutely be someone online. It doesn't have to be. This could be someone that is watching you in person, someone keeping up with you. This could be someone that is asking about you, right? But there's someone that's watching over your shoulder, just all in your mix, all in your business. We're going to take a look. So welcome, Cancer. Like, share, comment. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. Subscribe if you feel led to do so and you have not already. Hit the bell so you'll be notified when I go live or post new content, okay? So let's jump in, Cancer, and see who is watching Cancer. Who's watching you, Cancer? Who's watching Cancer? Who's watching Cancer here? That's enough. Okay, so the first card that came out was the Two of Swords. This is definitely somebody that may feel like they're mirroring you or you're mirroring them. Maybe there's some spiritual connection that you have to this person, but they're connected to you because they feel like they're mirroring you. There's something about this person that may feel like they're at a crossroads too. Like there's some choice that they are being faced with right now. I don't know if that's concerning you or what, but this could be someone also who just turned over a new leaf, had some type of revelation or awakening that's happened. I get that energy as well. This could be someone who is a bit despondent, possibly around having to walk away from something or someone. With the Five of Cups, this talks about just being a little bit disturbed for having to walk away from something. And so this person might be kind of like, I don't want to say down in the dumps, but it's that kind of energy. They're, having some lows possibly right now in life because of some endings that has happened recently. It could be an ending with you, right? But someone's going through a difficult time because of an ending. There's some level of revelation that has happened here with this person. They're watching you, but this is what's going on with them. Now, for some of you, this is someone who is hardworking, like someone who doesn't mind putting in the work to get what it is that they want. Yeah. This could be someone watching you grow. They're watching something grow. Something that you're doing is growing or watching you grow. There's definitely someone here watching you that you don't know, that you don't see, is watching you. They're hidden. They don't want to be seen. This person may also be watching you because they feel like you can give them some answers, like they're looking for some answers. And they're watching you possibly to get those answers. I also feel like there could be someone kind of in a good, very abundant energy. This is a very nurturing energy that's watching you. Someone very grounded, someone that may be very connected with everyone and everything. This person I'm hearing, this could be like a pillar of community or society. This is somebody important. Somebody important is watching you. high level energy here. And then someone who, again, as I was saying, like this person may be at a crossroads, like making some very significant decisions in life right now. And they're looking for answers in making these decisions. They may be in a time right now where not a lot of things are clear. They may not see clearly like where the future is going to lead because of changes that are being made in their life right now. So this could be a very dark time for them. And I don't mean dark as in like evil. I mean dark as in not seeing what's happening or not really seeing what's about to happen. This could be someone who is living in their shadow self as well, their shadow aspect. And so the energies that I have that came out here, something very healing though is taking place with someone that's watching you. They're having a huge revelation right now. There's something that's happening in this person that's waking them up. And so the energies that I have is the Two of Swords, which is Aries energy. The Ace of Swords is, or I'm sorry, not Aries. Two of Swords is Libra. Excuse me. The Ace of Swords is Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. The Five of Cups is another Cancer. Let's see. The Seven of Pentacles is Virgo energy. The Moon is Pisces energy or Cancer. And the Queen of Pentacles is Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. And I think it's Taurus or Capricorn. And then the Two of Wands is Aries energy. I knew I saw Aries out here somewhere. But there's a couple of energies out here that don't necessarily have a sign. They're related to planets. One is the World. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Pluto, which talks about wrapping things up, endings, things feeling very final and restricted. And so for someone that's watching, this is a very crucial time in their life. They may be feeling, just a lot of blocks right now. And they're looking for answers, solutions, or something about watching you where they feel like they might be able to find some type of relief. Okay. Now, when we look at their specific intentions, why do they feel like they're watching you? Okay. Sometimes we can operate in the subconscious. The Moon did come out. There's possibly a lot that this person is doing that they're not even really aware of, right? Because a lot is hidden. But we're going to look at why they think they're watching you. What is their intention? Why are these energies watching Cancer? What is their intention towards Cancer? Why are these energies watching Cancer? What is their intention? What is their intention towards Cancer? Why are they watching Cancer? Okay. Sure. I have nature that came out here. I have growth. I have displacement that came out. I have territory. I have protection. I have isolation. And I have fear and anomaly. Okay. And so there's something about their intending, right? When they're watching you, like for someone, there's something that you give, right? There's something that they get out of watching you that challenges them, right? And it's not the type of challenge where you're like, let's go. But there's like this almost like a parental type of challenge that they get from you. And every now and then, right now in life, is a time where they feel like they need that. So I don't know if this person may not have that in their life right now. There's something about them watching you to get that push or that little bit of inspiration or fire right underneath their butt. There's something about them watching you to get that, to feel that. This person has a lot of, I feel like they have a lot of misplaced anger that they're dealing with right now. This person could be going through something that makes them feel very territorial. Like there's a lot of internal conflict that's happening within this person. They're looking for answers. They're looking for solutions. There's something about you that's drawing them. There's something about you. They may even be lashing out on you. Like that's definitely possible. But this is not about you, right? This is about this person that's watching you, that's possibly acting out. And, they're acting out may be around like power tripping, power struggle. I feel like a power struggle here happening. And so if there is someone that you are kind of like dealing with right now and you're feeling that could be like who's been watching you a lot and you don't even realize that they have a eye on you, right? But this person has a lot of misplaced anger or misdirected anger right now. And you know how sometimes we find people that are safe to act out with, kind of like a child. Like a child will be super quiet and super unresponsive until they get into an environment where they feel safe. And then they'll begin to do all these things and express all this stuff inside. Some of it may not be healthy, but the fact is now they've reached a place where they feel safe. They feel safe enough to actually express these things. There's something like that energy. There's something about you that makes this person feel safe. And partially that is them expressing that, right? You may be like a safe space for this person. And it may not be so much of you. It may feel like they're unloading and unleashing this fury and anger on you, but this is something that's within them, right? It has very little to do with you. It may be aimed towards you because you're a safe space. You're a light, and there's something that's drawing them to you. See how this light is shining down the center of this place? And so I'm getting that whoever this person is, they're watching you because they need somebody to release on, that can receive that. There's someone watching you as well who is looking for safety again, like some level of protection. I feel like there could be someone watching that wants to protect you as well. But this person or these energies that are watching you are energies that are wanting to break out of their limits. That's their goal in watching you. They're looking to break out of their limits. You may represent a limit for them. I don't know. But there's something about doing something that no one else would dare to do. And watching you has something to do with that. I don't know what that means. They're overcoming some type of personal limitation that they've had, some fear. And they're watching you to help them to do that. Yeah. And I'm also getting these people may in fact see you overcoming your fear. They're actually watching you do this. Do something to overcome your fear. Do something that no one else would dare to do, right? They see you being liberated, right? And they are watching that. There's something about this person that feels very lonely. I don't know if you make them feel heard or seen. This is someone who, even though they could be around a whole lot of people, they still feel like they're in solitude or isolation. They can be around a whole crowd of people, but there's something about them that feels like they're still alone. And there's something about you that makes them feel like they're not alone, like they're not the only one, like they are seen. And I say that because this card came out with the anomaly card. And the anomaly card is a card that shows this very isolated incident, right? It's a white bird in the midst of a flock of black birds. It's this thing that sticks out like a sore thumb. And why it's white amongst all the black birds, we don't know. It's a mystery, right? But there's something about you. This person doesn't feel alone with you. You make them feel seen or heard. You make them feel like they are in good company. Something about not being the only one. There is others like me or someone else that is like me, right? I'm hearing that. And so they're watching you because they connect with you in some type of way. They identify with you. And it could be something as simple as how you look. It doesn't have to be anything deep. It could be how you look. There's something about you that they identify with. And so that's attracting them and pulling them in. Yeah. There's something about you for them. That feels very natural or easy flowing, right? And so they watch you because you make them feel like they're natural, they're normal. You set them at ease. Kind of like how you feel when you go out into, the woods or into some nature spot and you just, okay, I don't have to perform. I don't have to, there's something about you that set them at ease. That's why they're watching you. You give them the effect that they would get if they went out into nature, like that ease effect. That's their intentions. They want something. Each and every one of them are coming to you because they want something. And they feel like you have it. So you could feel like you have a lot of pulling on your energy, right? Whenever you go live or whenever you go out and about into public, or just in general, like you could feel all the time like your energy is being pulled on. Everybody wants something from Cancer. I didn't get a lot of personal energy though. Let's see. How do you feel about these people? If you know them. How does Cancer feel about these people that are watching over Cancer's shoulder. How does Cancer feel about these energies? No one turned over. Let's see. Okay. Yep, it did. I just saw it. I think this will be the last one. How does Cancer feel about these energies? There it is. Okay, so we have the Nine of Cups, the Emperor, the Four of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, the Five of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. So for someone, for some of the energies, the Nine of Cups would say that this would probably be someone that you may have invited, right? This might be an energy that you have given some type of invitation to come along and watch or enjoy, what it is that you have to give. The Nine of Cups can sometimes be like a wish fulfillment. Like this feels like it could be something that you want. It's something that you have requested, as far as these energies coming to you, right? The Nine of Cups says that you have more than enough to give and to share, and you're willing to do that, especially with the Emperor too. This is almost like being in a position to do so, to house all these energies and to navigate, to direct. The Emperor is a very instructive energy, not destructive, instructive. The Emperor rules his kingdom. That's what he does. That's why he's the Emperor, because he has the capacity to lead many. And there's something about being able to manage and maintain control and lead, not only lead, but even, lead by example, right? It's not necessarily telling what to do, but it's being a part of the doing too. It's demonstrating that leadership as well. And so it almost feels like you've called this in. That's the way I'm interpreting this. So you feel good about it because this is what you have requested. Now, I do see the Four of Pentacles, which says that there could be some reservations that you have, specific things or areas where you've pulled back and you have restricted, right? Which makes sense because, in situations like this where a lot of people are coming to you for things, you have to have boundaries, some kind of boundaries. You can't just, be, boundaryless. You would end up bankrupt, right? And so there are possibly those, I don't know, what the circumstances are where you've pulled back and you kind of have boundaries up. You've set a limit with certain people. And maybe that's through experience, some things that have happened that caused you to pull back. But for someone, there is certain restrictions for them when it comes to you and what you have to offer. Maybe there are certain guidelines that you've placed up for this person or these people. Yeah. And I do see that there are those. I spoke too soon because I said I didn't necessarily see any like tight connections. Here it is, the Three of Cups. So some people that are watching you, whoever's watching you, you have a pretty close connection with whoever this is, because this says that you have celebrated with these people or this person. This is almost like the energy of having a close confidant, someone very close to you. The Three of Cups is those that celebrate with you, those that hold you up, when you're in some type of struggle or tough situation, right? They have your back. Those that grieve with you when things, when that energy is present. So you have some close connections that are watching you as well, that you trust, that has very strong bonds with you, the Three of Cups, and you love them, you trust them, you embrace them. The Three of Cups says that. Doesn't necessarily have to be family, it could be, but these are definitely those that are close to your heart. Okay. The Five of Wands, there are those watching that you probably feel like is a lot. The Five of Wands is possibly drama, confusion. And so you may feel like there is some energies that is difficult to deal with. It's difficult to deal with and could be very demanding too, on top of that. Difficult and demanding. And so I see that there's an interesting dynamic out here of you being in a position where you've asked for this. I'm seeing there's some part where you're enjoying this. And it almost feels like you are in right where you're supposed to be. You're in position, And so you have different feelings for different ones that are watching you, but nonetheless, it's almost like this is, right up your alley. And so you're not really bothered by it. It's almost like you take the bitter with the sweet. This is what you have, this Nine of Cups, is you finding exactly what it is that keeps you, engaged with life. The Nine of Cups. You found your holy grail, This is it. I feel like more so, it's not how you feel about these energies watching you. It's the fact that you are doing what it feels like you enjoy, And so it's almost like you take the bitter with the sweet. And there is, with the Three of Cups, that means there is this very prized part of this experience that you relish, and that may be the part that really makes it worth, experiencing. The Five of Wands says that there are kind of salty parts of this too. However, it's almost like taking the bitter with the sweet with this. Nine of Cups brings you very close to your completion, your fulfillment with this. Yeah. I feel like you are really enjoying this. You rush to this energy to be in this position. Let's see how these different connections will turn out for all those that are watching you for the various reasons. How will these connections turn out for Cancer? For Cancer. Okay, for Cancer. I'm hearing, we are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. How will this turn out for Cancer? All right, we'll take it. Okay, so we have the Three of Cups, the Page of Swords, the Empress, the Eight of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the Seven of Cups. Okay, so the Three of Cups comes out again. That was the card that was so enjoyable with how you react or respond, how you feel about these people that are watching you. Part of that was the part that I felt was like, you're enjoying this, like you really have connected in a way that allows you to celebrate these connections. I feel like that will continue because the Three of Cups came out again. This is something that you possibly live for. Like, it makes it worth it. There are those that may not have that type of connection with the Page of Swords. They'll continue to watch and peer and look, into what it is that you're doing. There's something about these energies that possibly draw them to you when they're struggling. Like maybe when they're on their last leg, like they end up coming to you, right? For something. There's something that you give. Or help them, to cross over some difficulty or to make it get back on track, something like that. I do feel like there is something very beautiful that's being created with the Empress here. It almost feels like there's something beautiful that's being created. And if I could show you this picture, it's almost like the Emperor came out, now the Empress, right? So the Emperor was this very instructive energy. The Emperor is the same, but it's coming through as more of a nurturing, a creative energy that oversees and makes sure everything is blooming appropriately, right? And so I feel like this is possibly the energy of creating and overseeing as this is growing and opening up and blooming. This could be, this picture shows this vast piece of land, lush land. Like this could be creating some space, some piece of land that's being developed for people, or for whatever it is that you do. There may be a space that's being delegated for this or being created. Maybe as people come, it's growing in that way. This has nurturing energy for me. There's something about being challenged, right? Being challenged to outgrow limits with the Eight of Swords. And I do feel like this does not come without challenges. And part of the challenge is to push past, right, anything that would create obstacles or illusions or things that will cause us to feel like we're limited. I feel like this is possibly either you or the people that are watching you. They're being liberated in some type of way, or they're having to face some part of themselves or face some part of limitations that they've allowed. There's something about being liberated here in the outcome. I think it's beautiful. Bringing us to the Ace of Wands, new beginnings, new ways of doing things, new opportunities coming in. And for some, this is like coming into connection with like high level partnerships. For some, this is going to end up in some type of soul level connection. Whoever's watching you, I don't know. But there's some soul level connection here that happens with the Two of Cups that breeds this beautiful healing that takes place on every level, emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally. Yeah. Soul level connections will result from this. And then the Seven of Cups talks about wisdom around experiences that lead us to making wise decisions and careful decisions, right? In a world where anything is possible, where everything goes, right? We have free will. There is the energy of wisdom that guides us to the right thing. The Seven of Cups talks about having all of these experiences, and from that will come this higher level of wisdom and guidance and discernment too. And that's either for you, or it could be for those that are watching you. It could be for both. But there's a lot of good things that's coming out of these people that are watching you. Whatever they're getting out of it, they're walking away with a win. Okay. I love this for you, Cancer. Such beautiful energy. All right, that's what I have for you. And so I hope that was encouraging. I hope that was inspiring. And if you resonated, feel free to comment, like, share, subscribe if you haven't. Hit the bell if you find yourself subscribing, Cancer. Yeah, that's what I have for you. Thank you for stopping by. It's always a pleasure. And so until next time, take care of yourself. It has been Blood Moon Oracle, taking a look at who is watching you, who's watching over your shoulder, and why. Now we know why. Okay, now we know. Let it continue. Okay, good things. All right, till next time, take care.